Hey, groovers and shakers. How you going, YouTube? Okay, so we're back for the final part 4 in Greenland paddle. How to make one. Well, not how to make one, but how to learn how to make one. So what we got here is we got. Okay, so I ended up finishing it, and as you can see, it's not bad at all. Now, there's a few dings and scratches all over because I used this as an anchor in the reef a couple of days ago. Uh, just washed it, so that's why it's dripping wet. Sorry, focus is out. Okay, so I ended up just screwing around with just having a bit of fun, nothing serious. Okay, so it ended up being about 950 grams. It's just radiata pine, nothing special. Ended up being 216 centimetres by 9 centimetres. I finally finished it in June this year, or June last year, so it's been about 6 months, so sorry about that. I've been rather busy. So in the winter months I don't paddle. Okay, so for all you imperial people out there, being the United States, whatnot, this is 84 centimetres long by 3.5 inches wide, and the loom is 21 inches wide. Now I used a couple of local kayaker opinions on how to finish it off. I ended up finishing off with just a little bit of resin because it's radiata pine. I just wanted to make impervious to water. Left the knots in, couldn't do much about that, but they look pretty bloody snazzy. Pretty good there. The other knot looks fantastic. I really like that. That looks pretty cool. Obviously, with a Western Red Cedar Greenland paddle, you're probably looking for no knots and for straight grain. This is a straight grain, but it had knots in it instead of. Really happy with it. I took it out for a paddle 2 days ago. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I'm just giving it a crack as a beginner and as a junior kayaker. I gave it to a friend who definitely knows how to kayak, sea kayak, and he absolutely loved it. We spoke about lengths. This is 216 centimetres. So what I'm going to do is, if I'm ever going to go around like rocky headlands and that sort of stuff, I'd probably take this because it's nice and short, and and it just gets in everywhere. Would I go for 4 inches wide? I don't know. I had no pressure on the shoulders whatsoever. It was absolutely fantastic to paddle, which was quite surprising because I usually use a watch that tracks my speed and time and distance and stuff. And I noticed on the watch that I was averaging 6.5 to 7.5 k's an hour easily with a Greenland paddle, which I didn't know it would do that, because when you first pick it up, you think this is not going to work. So as a beginner to all this, I'm absolutely blown away by how this Greenland paddle can get up and go in this sea kayak ski, expedition ski. So really happy with that. So 216 centimetres, so 84 inches. I think I need to go much longer. I'm thinking 225, 230. 230 for a low stroke, and maybe 220 to 225 for a high stroke. I like high stroke. I'm a high stroke guy, but the concept of a Greenland paddle is to possibly stay into a low stroke. So I'm guessing 230. My friend Mike has suggested 230. So has a friend called Bernard. He suggested 225, 230 also, because it's obviously a mid to low stroke. Almost like a recovery stroke, long distance, no pressure on the shoulders whatsoever, torsional rotation, and away you go. So really happy. So I now got a piece of lumbar up on the rack, 8 foot by 2 inch by 4 inch, ready to go, of Western Red Cedar. Very dead set straight grains, no knots, so that's ready to go. I've got a 21 inch loom. What do you think of a 21 inch loom, guys? I really like that, really comfortable with that. What are your thoughts on 3.5 inch blade? And what do you think thoughts on the 84 inch long? I'm thinking I need to go at least 90 inches long on this one. That's the final product. Sorry it's been so long. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what happens with the Western Red Cedar. I don't know when I'll start that, but this is a really good headlands and rocky outcrop sort of, not sea crossing, but more coasting Very, very good. Nice and short, not too short, but nice and short for a mid to high stroke, in my eyes. But I'm still learning here. So any suggestions you've got, please, for heaven's sake, tell me, so I can keep adding videos, and you can keep guiding me on what to do. I'm just a beginner at this, so as you know, this is just a piece of $10 pine. It's not Western red cedar, so that bugger's up in the wood rack, so I'll be very careful with that one. There's a couple of things I might change. I might make the loom a little bit thicker in the hook of the hand, so it's just a little bit more substantial. I'm also thinking of the Western red cedar one is to make the centre part of the loom round and put in a Kayak Sports, I think it is, carbon fibre 2-piece joiner. It weighs almost nothing. You shave down the centre part of the loom because the joint is round, and to put in a carbon fibre joiner in my Greenland paddle. So at this stage it's 216. I think it needs to be 220. Probably 225 would be ideal for me. Give me your thoughts. Should I cut the Western red cedar in half and put a joiner in for ease of transport, or should I leave it one piece? Do you like this pine paddle? Only cost $10, so give me your thoughts.